Greetings. Today we continue the messages to the seven churches, part 7. And let me start by saying, I think I said Revelation 2:17 was addressed to Thyatira in the previous message. That was Pergamos. We look at Thyatira today in Revelation 2:26 through 28. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father, and I will give him the morning star. Revelation 22:16 is where Jesus is identified as this morning star. Now, this promise specifically refers to the day when the current conflict with Satan and his forces will be ended. Their opposition to God and his Christ will be broken, and they will be bound. Jesus will reign in righteousness, and we have been promised positions of authority in reigning with him. That is, those who have been faithful and have been declared overcomers in their appointed places of service in this life will be given places of authority in this coming kingdom. We'll read from Luke chapter 19, beginning at verse 12. He said, therefore, a certain nobleman went into a far country to receive for himself a kingdom and to return. And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said, occupy till I come. But his citizens hated him and sent a message after him saying, we will not have this man to reign over us. And it came to pass when he was returned, having received the kingdom, then he commanded these servants to be called unto him, to whom he had given the money, that he might know how much every man had gained by trading. Then came the first and said, thy pound hath gained 10 pounds. And he said unto him, well, thou good servant, because thou hast been faithful in a very little, have thou authority over 10 cities. And the second came, saying, Lord, thy pound hath gained 5 pounds. And he says, likewise to him, be thou also over 5 cities. And another came, saying, Lord, behold, here is thy pound, which I have kept laid up in a napkin. For I feared thee, because thou art an austere man. Thou takest up, thou layest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow. And he said unto him, out of thy own mouth will I judge thee, thou wicked servant. Thou knewest that I was an austere man, taking up that I laid not down, and reaping that I did not sow. Wherefore then gavest thou not my money into the bank, that at my coming I might have required mine own with usury or interest? And he said unto them that stood by, take from him the pound, and give it to him that hath the 10 pounds. And they said unto him, Lord, he hath 10 pounds. In verse 26 of Luke 19, he says, for I say unto you, that unto every one which hath shall be given. And from him that hath not, even that he hath shall be taken away from him. Now, these verses make it very clear that God's word teaches that those who are faithful will have places of honor and authority in the coming kingdom over those who are not faithful in this present time. Then let's look at the promises to Sardis in Revelation 3:5. He that overcometh, the same shall be clothed in white raiment, and I will not blot out his name out of the book of life, but I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels. Now, the previous verse, Revelation 3:4, speaks of the undefiled walking in white, quote, because they are worthy. Overcoming is what makes them worthy to walk in white raiment. The reference to having one's name in the book of life employs a double negative, which is a method of emphasizing the positive. Thus, it means I will ensure the name is written in the book of life, not subject to being blotted out or erased. This was a familiar reference to the city roll of citizens. roughly equivalent to our voter registration rolls today. Therefore, this promise to the overcomer is that his privileges of citizenship will not be revoked. Further, there's the promise to confess the overcomer before God and his angels. That is, Christ will be proud to acknowledge these servants publicly. These are the ones who will hear these words from Jesus Christ: "Well done, thou good and faithful servant." Surely we can conclude that those who hear the words, "Thou wicked and slothful servant," will not be included in this group of those receiving this particular promise.